Hola Ebola, kayshiaiahughton. So I have my pointers in front of me so I do not forget. If you see me looking down, that is why. But basically, I kind of wanted to just touch base on some things I feel like the Lord has shown me and has been speaking to me. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. I think about 3 weeks ago, my phone broke, and my phone wasn't that old. I had an iPhone 8, and it was the second time that my phone had stopped working. The first time was months ago, and I actually asked God to turn back my if I find the tweet, I'll insert it here. I'm laughing because I actually went to Twitter and asked for prayers and told God to turn my phone back on because I wasn't willing to shell out any money for a new phone. And so, of course, he turned my phone back on and it started working again. But 3 weeks ago, it stopped working for good. I had to get a new phone. I actually just got a new phone in the mail this week. I remember not ordering my phone. I didn't want to order it right away because I was so happy and so glad to get a break from my phone. There was times where I would have my phone and I would literally be so anxious just looking at the notifications that were coming in or that weren't coming in. And I would be so anxious. At some points, I felt like I wanted to just throw my phone. I felt like if it didn't break, I felt like I was going to break it myself at some points because I would allow it to drive me crazy. In a sense, in a way, I would allow it to be my God. I allowed it to become my idol at one point. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. You're not supposed to have any other idols or any other gods before God. But prior to getting that new phone, I had been abusing my social media, and I just was very anxious about growing my following and wanting to get to a place where I was just the one trying to do everything for myself instead of trusting in God. And I kind of lost a sense of purpose for my content, and I lost a sense of just my reason behind doing things and my reason for why I wanted to even, grow a following in the first place. And I had been needing, I felt like I had been needing to kind of, fix my usage of social media because I would be scrolling for hours or I would constantly be glued to my phone, and I wouldn't pay attention to things around me and the people that mattered in my everyday life. I was almost mindless when it came to that. I wasn't mindful about certain things. And I was just really abusing it, and it wasn't, not that it was unhealthy or anything like that, but I definitely wasn't placing God at the center when I started to go on Instagram first thing in the morning and not be very productive with anything else. And so at that point, I was mostly idolizing my phone. And right before my phone broke, recently, a friend of mine and we actually started a social media challenge. We just got on Instagram and decided that we were going to post consistently, be consistent, hashtags, consistent bays, growing our following, all of that good stuff. And we wanted to take our content seriously and just be able to grow more on our Instagram platforms. And so the challenge was to post every single day for at least once a day. I took that challenge very seriously. On some days I was even posting more than once a day, right? And in doing that, God still broke my phone, and it was very necessary. I'm actually very happy that my phone stopped working. I'm happy that I was able to take the social break that I needed, and God forced me to take it. I know that I actually really needed it, but I wasn't going to take the break on my own. And so when my phone finally stopped working for the second time, and I knew that, no matter how much I charged it, it wasn't going to turn back on, I just took that as a sign that God really wanted me to take a break and step away, be intentional about, the new year. At this time, my phone broke on Christmas Eve, the morning of Christmas Eve. And I knew that at that time, when my phone just completely stopped working, God was calling me to be intentional about the new year and how I was going to spend my time at the beginning part of the new year, and what my game plan and what my plan was for 2021. And so when my phone broke, I took it as a sign that God was trying to, you know, reach out to me and show me that I was really idolizing my phone. I was idolizing social media, my Instagram, my followers, or wanting to gain more followers, wanting to grow so badly. And I say all of this to say that if you're a Christian creator, man, you don't have to worry about growing. You don't have to worry about, you know, making your content in a specific category that is outside of God because you're scared about growing, or you're scared about gaining more followers. You're scared about not enough people knowing you. You're scared about being put into a box. You have anxiety that you won't grow, or you have anxiety that you can't incorporate everything or God into your content. Something that I realized is that every talent and every gift that you have comes from God, and you can incorporate all of those talents into your content. There are such things and people out there with lifestyle, who are lifestyle creators, with lifestyle content, lifestyle YouTubes, lifestyle Instagram pages, lifestyle influencers. And that's not to say that you have to tell everybody every single detail and everything about you or everything about your life. But if you are a Christian creator, don't feel like you have to separate everything you are good at, everything that you do, and burn yourself out creating all these different pages or creating every single thing that you want to do and not incorporating God into it. Don't feel like if you create content that is Jesus-centered or Christ-centered, then you won't. Don't feel like you have to create content that isn't Christ-centered solely because you want to be relatable and be able to resonate with your audience, and you want to reach a wider audience. Don't feel like you won't flourish because you produce content that is Jesus-centered, or don't feel like you won't be popular, or we're not trying to be popular, but don't feel like you have to be popular. Don't feel like you won't reach a wider audience and people won't know you and know your name. You won't be successful and you won't do well because you produce content that is Jesus-centered, or because you are a Christian creative and you keep God first. That's completely false. Don't believe the lies of the enemy. Don't allow anxiety and fear of those things to block the blessings of God in your life and in your social media. You will touch lives by keeping God first at the center of your socials. Don't feel like you'll be stuck with a small audience, or that you won't have an audience if you make Christian content or Christian-centered content, Christ-centered content. If you make fashion videos and people ask you why you make fashion videos, because God, because Jesus. If people ask you why you make beauty videos, why you make makeup videos, because Jesus. Everything goes back to God. Like, let people know. Don't be scared to tell people that you're a believer. Don't be scared to share your faith in Jesus Christ. Don't be scared to put God on your social media. Don't be scared to tell people about God, or tell people that you're a believer in your business. Truly and honestly, don't feel like having the slightest bit or even solely Christian content and Jesus-centered content will hinder you. It's not going to hinder you. If anything, your content will be more purposeful. It will be more meaningful than anything else that you do. If you are a believer and God is on your side and God is within you, then you shall not fail. You won't fall, right? And God wants to use you in every area, in every talent, every gift that he blessed you with, not just with one area. Don't feel like you have to put yourself in a box, and don't feel like you have to create a certain category of content. Your channel, your influencing page, what you want to do is going to grow, and God can still be in it. You don't have to separate him from every single thing that you want to do. You don't have to separate God from the things that you want. God can still use you in your fashion, in your beauty, your makeup videos. He can use you in your songs, your rap videos. Don't feel like it has to be separate. Don't feel like you have to separate it because you want more people to know you, want to grow quicker, you want more people to follow you. I'll tell you right now, that's a very dangerous place to be in. And you cannot please people. No matter what kind of content you create, someone's always going to find fault in something. So you might as well just do what God called you to do, and do it with purpose. Do it to the best of your ability. You have to remember the reason why God called you. And that's kind of something that I forgot. I forgot the reason why I wanted to have a huge following and grow my following count in the first place. And so one thing that helped me realize that I was getting lost in the whole sauce and getting lost in the mix of just wanting to grow so badly was one of my current favorite YouTubers that I recently found. And in his video, he was sharing 3 simple keys that helps him to create his content basically, and also create something that is purposeful, is meaningful, that God gave him, so that he doesn't lose focus, so that he doesn't lose a sense of purpose and his sense and his reason for why he does his content and why he wants to have a following in the first place. Is that number one, he tries to keep his content Jesus centered. That is something that I realized that is so important. Jesus wants to be a part of your gifts and your talents. Jesus wants to be, he's the one who gives us those ideas and those talents that we have, and we're able to, resonate with people. We're able to touch so many people. YouTuber that I'm speaking of touched my life, and his content is inspiring to me. And sure, he might not have all of the followers and all of the subscriber count, in the world, but he's still impacting people. He's still touching lives. And that's really all that matters. What matters is that his content is purposeful, and your content should be purposeful. And I want my content to be purposeful. Hopefully you guys are able to take away something from this video. But yeah, don't lose your sense for why, your sense and your reason for doing things, and the reason behind why God gave you a desire in your heart in the first place. Don't forget it. Number 2, he says that he tries to keep his content honest. And I think that's so helpful to do, not only as a believer, but as a regular person, as a person who gets in front of the camera regularly, whether you're an influencer, aspiring YouTuber, whatever. We can all see behind, well, most of us hopefully can see behind the fakeness and the phoniness of people whenever they, talk about things that are not real and talk about things that never happened and don't exist. It's always nice being transparent, and people are really able to see your heart, and so that you are able to really resonate with people, not just for the sake of giving them a laugh or, touching them in that moment, but that they can be life-changing. They can share your content with other people and have their lives be changed as well. Have it be like a legacy. Have it be like a continuation of something purposeful and meaningful that just keeps going on. And I feel as believers, sometimes we can really be hypocrites, and some of us can act like we're 100% perfect, and that turns people off, and people will just look down on Christianity or look down on us and really not be able to see Jesus for who he is, and not really understand, you know, Christianity as a whole, not understand why we believe in Jesus as the center of our lives and the head of our lives in the first place, because we're not showing Christ in the things that we do and the things that we say and the way that we live. And I can attest to that, you know, at certain points in my life, I haven't been, you know, the most transparent person. I haven't always been the most genuine person. And that's actually really hard to come on camera and admit to all of you, but it's true. At some point in time in our lives, we have all been that person. And so when you try to make your content more honest and more transparent, more real, more genuine, God is really able to move your heart at the same time he's moving other people's. And the third thing that he said that really resonated with me was that he tries to keep his content creative, of course. And I believe that as a Christian content creator, as a Christian influencer or YouTuber, whatever you do, the gifts that you have and the talents that you have are coming from God. The abilities and the capabilities that you have and everything that you're able to do is coming from God. And as that, you're automatically creative. And you should really get back to that. Get back to the roots. Get back to your reason behind why you started what you started in the first place. And yeah, just let it be purposeful. Let it ring true. Let it be meaningful to you. And creativity will come so naturally. It's something that you can pray about. You can watch other YouTubers for inspiration. Hopefully you guys are taking something away from this video, and I'm able to inspire you to really give some thought to these 3 simple keys, but also giving thought to turning over your following and your Instagram, all of your pages, everything to God, allowing God to grow you, not worrying about putting yourself in a box, or not worrying about trying to go outside of the box that God called you to, or trying to go outside of God's will and everything that he called you to for the sake of wanting to grow and wanting followers, wanting people to view you. For what purpose? Just so that you can be seen, instead of being purposeful and having meaning behind what you're doing. One of the other biggest takeaways that I hope you guys get from this video is that God moves in the way that he needs to. And so you don't have to worry about doing anything much. You don't have to go out of your way to stand out. Really, all you have to do is be obedient in your sacrifice, be obedient in your ask, and God will do the rest. AKA, just be in position. You know, if you're not ready for something, why should God give it to you? Probably will lose it because you're not ready for that thing. And so God gives us things when we're ready for them, because he knows that we will be good stewards over those things, and it will be purposeful, and we will be able to allow those things to grow in our lives. And so I want to encourage you that if you're a Christian content creator, you will grow naturally when it's your time. Stop idolizing, you know, your audience. Stop idolizing your following, your social media pages. Stop being glued to your phone. Stop idolizing your phone. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the present. Enjoy everything around you, your loved ones, your friends, your family. Yeah, I just want to say that God has been waiting to bless you, seriously bless you, but you haven't made the proper sacrifices, you haven't been obedient, and you haven't been in position. And so just take the time to think those things over. Think about, you know, hopefully this video helps you if you were looking for a video like this. If not, feel free to share it anyway. God has been waiting to bless you. You just have to be obedient to the sacrifice. You have to be obedient in your ask, and you have to be in the position that God told you to be in. that's all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you took anything away from this video, then let me know in the comments. Yeah, until the next one, guys, I will talk to you guys later.